Hi everyone, and this is the second installment of the tutorial that I'm doing covering the buildings in Lord of Ultima. So, I left off, we just finished covering the warehouse in the level 1 town hall, so we are going to upgrade our town hall to level 2. And this is going to increase our storage capacity now from 14,000 resources of each type to now 16,000 resources of each type. And if you look, we can now build 10 more buildings. So we have 10 more buildings to place, but we also need to start gathering uh, more of a variety of resources because wood isn't going to build everything we need. So we're going to start off here, and we are going to build a quarry. A quarry is just like the woodcutter's hut, except for it collects stone, which are these gray resource nodes. And stone is primarily what your cottages are going to use, and your town hall is now going to start using stone to upgrade. So this is something that you can't put off forever. You're going to need quarries and have a good solid stone income, not necessarily as high as your wood for your first city, but as you're building more military buildings in military cities, castles, defensive cities, you're going to need more stone because those are stone intensive cities that take just tons of stone. So another building that we can now construct is the hideout. The hideout is something that you're going to want to use if you're being attacked a lot by other players and they're taking all of your resources. This can't happen in the first week of the game because you're protected just so you can get started. But what a hideout does is it takes a set amount of resources, like 875 right here, and it hides them. That means that if I have 875 iron and I get plundered, they can't touch that 875. That those resources are protected from them. But this also takes up a building space. However, if you're being attacked a lot, you're going to want to upgrade this so you can't hold more resources that are protected. And this will make it so it's not uh, worth plundering you because they're not going to be gaining the resources. Upgraded to level 2, now I can hide 1,750. And hideout benefits from the trees. So if we have it just off on its own, it's only going to protect 1,000 at level 2 compared to the 1,750 when we have it next to 3 trees. So it's something where with a hideout, if you're using them efficiently, you are probably sacrificing a good place to have a woodcutter's hut in exchange for having safe resources. I wouldn't invest in them unless you need them because it's just going to take up a building that you can't produce resources with. So for the last building that's unlocked by Town Hall level 2, we're going to have to construct our city walls to level 1. The city wall is depicted here as a very, very tiny stone wall. It really isn't a stone wall, it's just there to give you boundaries on your city. This doesn't provide any defensive bonuses, and you can't place towers on it yet. So we're going to upgrade it to level 1, and that's going to provide a 1% defensive bonus for any unit other than ships that are inside our city when it gets attacked. You can upgrade it. Level 2 gives 3% bonus to your defense in combat, but this is something that you're going to want to upgrade a lot before you castle. We'll talk about that later, but mostly in my resource cities, I don't upgrade past level 1 at all because I feel like it's a waste of stone that I can be putting into other cities that are building troops or towards title advancement so I can build more cities. Because I'm not going to shove troops in this city to defend it. I'm going to either get rid of the resources or hide them so that the enemy can't take them. Now, the last building, well, tower that we unlocked with the Town Hall level 2 is the Lookout Tower. What this does is it allows you to see incoming attacks with an additional 30 minutes. The base for just a city without a lookout tower, I believe, is 1 hour. So if an enemy an hour away or 2 hours away attacks you, you'll only see that attack an hour before it hits your city. So what this does now is it allows us to see an attack an hour and a half before it hits. This gives us more time to either hide our resources, send them away, purify them if we have that option, which we'll talk about later, or have troops put into the city to defend it with. Now, if there's a city right next to you that's an hour away, you're only going to be able to get a maximum of an hour because your troops are going to arrive, and you can't see the attacks coming before they leave the owner's city. So they're only good at spotting incoming attacks that are a ways off, but early game, if someone's spending resources to go to you, they're not plundering someone else that is closer. So you want to make it as costly to them as you can, because then they'll most likely find another target that's closer, that's not you, and plunder them instead. This is a game of survival, and you want to do what it takes to survive. So that's Town Hall Level 3. I'll be back with a installment for Town Hall Level 3 buildings.